Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our series on how to measure value using Clarity custom investment types. In our first session, we took you through how to create a custom investment and configure it in such a way so that you can track your objectives and key results and also record the progress you're making on those measures you've put in place. You can get the link to part 1 below. In this session, I'm going to show you how you can utilize Clarity hierarchies to display your OKR data in a way that helps to identify the relationship between your investments. But just to recap a little for you, I have navigated to the investments page within Clarity's new user experience, and I've selected my custom investment of strategic plan. Here you can see the overall value stream, which I've created, which I have called strategic plan. And you can also see my objective and my key results. It's important to note here that we have parents assigned to each of our OKR records. And when we get to the hierarchy itself, you'll see how we use that mapping. We also have colors associated with each of our strategic tier values. Now, if you're not seeing colors here, you'll need to go back to the classic user experience and go back into the strategic plan custom investment type. If we jump in there, I have gone to admin and just into objects. I've searched for my strategic plan object and I've searched for my strategic tier attribute. This particular attribute is attached to a lookup. And if you scroll to the bottom, each of those lookup values is displayed down or is able to be displayed down in the display mappings, and each value you can associate to a color. So once you've done that and saved it, we'll be able to move on to the next step. Okay, now into the demo of hierarchies. So I'm going to navigate to hierarchies within the Clarity new user experience. So to get there, from the left-hand side menu of the new UX, you will see an icon that looks like an org chart. And if you hover over it, it will say hierarchies. Now I am going to click on the plus symbol to create a new hierarchy. If you don't see the plus symbol, you will just need to add the appropriate access rights for hierarchies. But once you've done that, you should have everything you need. Click on the plus symbol, and I'm going to give my hierarchy a name. Just going to call it strategic plan. I'm going to give it an ID. Don't forget you can actually add auto numbering to these IDs if you wish to do that. You don't have to enter them manually. I'm going to select a type of investment. And at this stage, I'm not going to worry about a blueprint. I'm just going to click on the name of my new hierarchy and jump in there. Now, at this point in time, you can see there are no investments within my hierarchy. So the first thing I want to do is import my investment. Going to scroll down and look for the name of that custom investment type that I've created, which is strategic plan. From there, I'm going to search for my highest level value stream. So this one with the strategic tier value of OGSM. If I check the box and click on add, you will see that my strategic plan value stream has been imported. Now, I want to take you back just quickly before I undertake the next step in the hierarchy. I want to show you what I've done with my parents. So you can see here that my objective has a parent value that maps up to the value stream, the highest level value of strategic plan. My strategy record has a parent that maps up to my objective. And my metrics, both of my metrics have a parent, and that parent maps them up to the strategy above. So what you will find is if you have the proper parent values in place, once you go back to your hierarchy and import your high-level parent, you can right-click on that and select Auto Import Children. So what you can see has happened now is we have our high-level value stream, we have our objective, and we have our key results, as well as our metrics that we're mapping or tracking to make sure we're achieving those key results. So it looks a little bit plain at the moment. There are all sorts of features available within hierarchies, and I'm going to take you through a couple of the really useful tools that are available to you. So from the top right-hand menu, click on View Options, and you'll start to see the different things you can do here. So from within this hierarchy view, I'm not going to worry too much about the periods or the totals at this stage, but I want to take you through the card options. So the first thing I want to do is update my color by. So I'm going to search for that field of strategic tier, which we know has our colored mappings available to it. And you can see once I've done that, I can now distinguish a strategic plan from an objective, from a key result, from a metric. I can also then choose what I want to see as my title on each card. The default is usually name. You can choose to see other values if you wish, but I think name often makes sense. And then you can also display other fields on the cards. And there's a few that I would like to select. So I'm going to select investment ID. I'll select finish. And I'll also select manager. But as you can see, there are numerous fields available that you can add to your card. You are limited usually to about only 3 fields, but there is a lot of different data that you can add. So there we have it. We have a hierarchy for our OKRs. As your OKR data becomes more complex and you start using that data across multiple years, you will see this organizational chart view continue to grow. But at this stage, I'm just keeping it as a simple view so you can see one value stream, one objective and key result, and a couple of metrics. Now, something else I would like to show you is how to update the blueprint attached to a hierarchy, because at the moment we can see our investments in our org chart view. You do have the ability to view a timeline view and a grid view, but other than having investments and properties modules available to you, there isn't really anything else at this stage. So the key is to make sure you've updated your hierarchy blueprint and included the modules that you wish to see. And then from there, you can actually update the blueprint associated with your hierarchy. So I'm going to select the product management hierarchy blueprint. Once I've done that, I can go back into my strategic plan, and you'll now see I have a group of new options or tabs available to me to use within my hierarchy. Very useful to be able to add risks and issues to your strategic plan or to your OKRs. There may even be financials associated with them. You may even want to add team members to certain OKR records as well. So that is all possible. And then if you add them to a hierarchy, you can view that data across multiple investments. That completes today's demo on hierarchies. If you would like to find out more, or you think you might need some help getting your OKRs and your hierarchies set up, reach out to your Rego account manager, or if you're new to Rego, contact us for a no pressure conversation.